Hey guys, so as is probably pretty obvious to any of you guys who subscribe to my self-improvement content, I haven't posted a lot of those videos recently. I've mostly just been posting lucid dreaming and regular dreaming related stuff. So today I wanted to put out the first self-improvement video in a while, and I want to talk a little bit about why sometimes it's better to embrace radical change rather than small incremental changes into your life. Now, some things in life have to be chipped away at. They have to be taken one step at a time. One example of this would be something like the gym. You can't just go into the gym on the first day and, deadlift 600 pounds or whatever. It doesn't matter how motivated you are, how much energy you have or whatever. If you haven't actually trained to get stronger, then you're not going to be able to do that. But in a lot of areas in life, you have a choice. You can do something all at once, very drastically, very radically, or you can take it in small bite-sized steps. As an example of this, let's say that you want to quit smoking. There are kind of two approaches here. One, you can just say, I'm going to quit today, I'm never going to smoke again, or you can try and smoke a little bit less day to day. Another example would be something that I talk about on this channel a lot, and that is meditation. I think everyone should be meditating, and everyone should be meditating for 20 plus minutes a day for the most benefit. Now, there are different ways that you can tackle this. I've actually given a suggestion before on this channel of starting with, say, 5 minutes of meditation a day and gradually adding a minute or two each day or few days until you reach the 20 plus minute mark. And then it's up to you, whether you decide to go even longer or whether you just stick with 20 minutes a day. This approach can help ensure that you don't overwhelm yourself with a new habit or a new change in your life because you're taking it step by step and you're gradually kind of introducing it to your brain in a way that isn't too shocking to the system. But while this approach is often the more sensible one, it does have its disadvantage. And this is the fact that when you take things slowly, when you do them step by step, it kind of creeps up on you. You kind of never notice the changes that you're going through. You go from never having meditated to having meditated every day for the last year, but there's never this massive transition period where you suddenly realize that you've changed in this massive way and embrace this really healthy habit. It might be something that you reflect on later. You look back and you go, wow, I've come a long way. But during the process, it's likely not something that you give that much thought. On the other hand, if you do something very drastic, if you go from never having meditated to sticking with, say, 30 minutes of meditation every single day, and you do that every day and you stick to it and you force yourself to stick to it, then it feels like, wow, I just took something that I thought I would never be able to do. I forced myself to do it every day and I did a good job at it and I stuck with it. And I am able to change myself like that. I am able at any moment to say, today I'm going to do something different. I'm going to be a different person in this way. I'm going to take this new skill and I'm going to learn it. I'm going to put this new healthy habit into practice. And it gives you this sense of power because you realize that yes, at any point you are capable of changing and becoming a better, healthier, and more capable person. And I think there is one place where this is immensely, immensely powerful, and that is with people who are struggling with motivation, who are struggling with depression, and who are feeling incapable of changing their lives, of putting themselves in a better situation. When we're feeling motivated, when we're feeling on top of our game and everything is going well for us and things are going to be great and we're feeling really positive about the future, then it makes sense to take things step by step because we've got the motivation, we've got the energy, we're going to get there eventually, so we don't need to rush anything. We can take it bit by bit and gradually introduce these new positive habits and these new positive things into our life. But when we're feeling down and out, we're feeling like, I have no energy lately, I've not been feeling great, I don't know what it's going to be like next month, it's probably going to be even worse. When you're getting those feelings, then it's good to actually just make some drastic changes to prove to yourself that just because you're feeling bad today or you're feeling like you don't have the energy to do something today doesn't mean that tomorrow has to be that way. It doesn't have to be a gradual process to get from feeling like you've got no energy to do anything to feeling on top of your game and full of energy and super motivated. It can be an overnight change if you're willing to make some drastic changes to your habits and to your environment. So if you're listening to this right now and you're thinking that this sounds a little bit like maybe the whole of 2020 and all of the events that have been going on recently have kind of been getting you down, kind of been draining your energy and making you feel a little bit depressed or a little bit unmotivated. Or perhaps these are long-standing issues in your life that you've had for a long time. If you're feeling like you're in a place where you're not sure how you're going to get from here to a better place, then consider taking some drastic changes. Instead of, gradually implementing these little incremental changes to your life, then try and think of how can I change myself as a person today into a person that is going to be happier tomorrow. Not a week from now, not a month from now, not a year from now, but tomorrow. And there's lots of things that you can do, but I often suggest actually in this situation, as well as taking drastic changes in one area, the other thing that you can do is actually do overwhelm yourself a little bit, take on a bunch of things at once, start a workout program, start meditating every day, start eating healthier and, come up with a diet plan and do all of that all at once. Because when you are lacking that motivation, when you're feeling like you can't change as a person, when you can prove to yourself that you can take on all of these new things in, one day, overnight, then suddenly you realize that, hey, actually, I'm capable of a lot more than I've been letting on to myself. And not only that, but you basically are turning your whole life around because, if you start a gym membership tomorrow, you start meditating tomorrow, you start eating differently tomorrow, you start better sleep habits tomorrow, you start reading more books tomorrow, and you've done all of these things, then that's probably at least several hours out of your day that's changed. So let's say that's 4 hours out of your day that's changed. That's literally 25% of your waking hours that have already changed in one day. And if we are just a sum of all of the things that we do, then that means as a person, you have changed 25% in a 24-hour period. And essentially you have, because, you're not just the sum of your past experiences or your memories or any of that. That's all in your past. Yes, it's going to affect the decisions and actions that you take today, but at the end of the day, the only thing that we have right now is today, the present moment. And so if you change 25% of today, you are changing 25% of who you are right now. So if you are listening to this and thinking that this sounds a little bit like you and you need some drastic changes in your life, then actually make a list right now. Make a list of some big changes that you could make to your day-to-day habits, some healthy things that you could start doing. And, if you need a suggestion, then obviously I'm going to suggest the meditation as a start because I definitely think everyone should be doing it. So if you're not, definitely put that on your list. And it can be fun things too. Maybe you feel like you haven't had any time to relax lately, so you decide that you're going to set out, half an hour or an hour every day of just complete relaxation, putting on some relaxing music and just chilling out in bed or whatever. It's going to be different for every person, but come up with a little list and try and make those changes all in one day and see how you feel the next day. See if it gives you that feeling of, hey, I can actually change who I am at any moment. And so it doesn't matter where I am today, where I am tomorrow can be very different. Now, if you're looking for a more guided approach to making some lasting changes to your life, I highly recommend checking out my course, Hard is the New Easy, because that is what that course is all about. Actually taking your life and going from point A, where you are now, to just a much, much better, healthier and happier place where you can actually go about achieving your goals. If you want to check it out, there'll be a link in the top right hand corner or down in the description below. Anyway, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe and enable all notifications if you want to stay up to date with my videos. And if you want to keep watching, check out one of those videos on screen, go watch that, and I'll see you there soon. Take care.